All right. I was having another discussion, and we're talking about how mainstream comic books, particularly Marvel and DC, flagship titles and their mainstream stuff. How they said no smoking. Joe Quesada said no smoking, no sex, but you can show a guy ripping someone in half and showing their guts and blood. It's like, if you're gonna do that, just go all the way. Just show it all. Just show the sex and show the people smoking, or whatever they do. Because it just kind of contradicts what you're trying to do. If you want no smoking and no sex in the comics, then why show gratuitous violence? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe if they tone down the violence, it'll be kind of, I can kind of see if they were trying to do something, trying to appeal to more of a broader audience, and not just people that like blood and guts and stuff. But that, I always found that kind of weird and funny. They do it a lot in movies too. Like, yeah, we can show this scene, we can show a bloody scene, but I don't want any sex or smoking in it. It's like, what? It's weird. It doesn't make any sense either, because it contradicts what you're saying. Because those really, I've always thought that goes hand in hand, like sex, violence, and drugs. Those three kind of go hand in hand, because you can do one without the other, but it's like, really, they always just kind of been hand in hand. I don't think they do it in video games. I think they just go out full out in video games. But with comic books, mainstream ones, it's weird that they can show violent scenes, like like in the picture. The Sentry is ripping Ares in half, and yet, Wolverine over in X-Force, he's chopping people up and stuff like that, but he can't smoke. He can't take a smoke, which is kind of part of his character. He's always kind of smoked. Now, I've kind of accepted that now that they won't show it. Like, I gotten used to him without the cigar in his mouth, but that's kind of part of his character. That's just like he's something he likes to do. He likes to smoke, and I just find it strange that they would make up that rule. And of course, it doesn't just apply to Marvel. I'm talking about DC too. They can show all these violent scenes, but they can't show characters smoking or doing whatever they do. Now, of course, I know that the indies, they do it in the indies, because in the indies, stuff like Image, Top Cow, and Dark Horse, you can pretty much do what you want because it's creator owned. It's creator owned projects. Well, most of them are anyway, and you can do anything you want with those books. But I'm talking about the mainstream, where back in the day they used to do it, but now they can't. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, the comics are getting more and more violent, but they're getting more gratuitous, but they are trying to make up these rules, these little petty rules, which don't make any sense, because they're not helping if you're showing all the violence, but you're not showing everything else. It doesn't compute. Doesn't make any sense. That's just my thoughts on it. You guys tell me what you think about that. I just think it's a really weird rule. I think I did a video on this before, but I think I just talked about it briefly, but that's my thoughts on this subject. You guys tell me what you think about it, and I'm out.